Hello, everyone. Today marks the anniversary memoriam of my grandmother. This was a woman whose bark was bigger than her bite. She was a woman of petite stature. She was a woman of knowledge, charisma, and no tolerance for disrespect, ill manners, or not believing in yourself. She was one of the fists of the matriarchal family in my family. She would make sure that her sisters were taken care of, her daughters were taken care of, and all those whom around her knew that if they needed some answers or questions, that she would be there. I remember lying on her lap during my early childhood years, and I would feel so comfortable in her embrace. She would, while I was lying on her lap on the couch, she would take her thumb and make little circles in the palm of my hand so I can fall asleep. She would share stories. She would share memories. And when in due time, she was there to discipline and redirect. She was very confident in what she spoke. She was very genuine in her thoughts. And at times when she felt comfortable enough, you can steal away a kiss, a hug, or a smile. Family was very important to my grandmother. She would make it a point every weekend as the sauce was cooking, the meatballs were boiling, and the pasta was brewing, to reach out to her family on the phone every weekend. She wouldn't miss a beat. She would reach out to her sisters, her nieces and nephews and cousins to assure that they were all right. She always made sure our home smelled of all the different herbs and spices of the Italian cuisine. She made sure that no belly was unfed. And if she wasn't able to create a remedy of her mother's cooking, she would design one authentically of her own. My grandmother was a very vibrant woman. She loved to have fun. She loved to speak her mind. And she was that of very great independence. She didn't really want to follow the herd, per se. She walked and did things on her own time. And she had fun. She made sure that her life was fun and filled with no regrets. And as my grandfather was a hard worker all the time, my grandmother made sure that all was taken care of prior to him coming home. She was a homemaker, but so much more. She taught us how to have fun. She taught us how to read. She taught us how to ask questions. And she also put us in line when we got out of hand. She was the disciplinarian of the bunch underneath her sister, her younger sister. But she made it a point that any task that she needed to take care of would get done. No task unfinished, always 100%. She would share me the stories of how she would wait for my grandfather to come home. But she made sure she was on a tight budget, a tight schedule, that all the ducks were in alignment, all her I's were dotted, and all her T's were crossed. She lived a routine life, but it was that of order. Prior to her raising a family, she lived life to the fullest. She was a risk taker, an adventurer, a go-getter. Where she found fun, she was right there. She taught me how to make sure I always spoke with great manners. She always raised me as my parents were working after school, to be respectful, to speak when spoken to, and not to interrupt nor disrespect. My grandmother was an amazing woman. She could find anything in the cupboard to make a quick fix, to make an exquisite cuisine. She took life seriously. Although she had fun, she made sure that everybody else was taken care of. She made sure that her family had what they needed and would be there in a heartbeat, with open arms, an ear to listen, and a smile to greet you. I want you to think of a family member that means most to you. How have they impacted your life? How are you leading their legacy of all the memories they've instilled in you? What were some of the lessons you learned? What were some of the values you've gained? And what are the memories that bring you to a smile, shed a tear, wishing they were here? Life is too short, but we don't know when we leave. But make it memorable, make it magical, and live every moment with a mission, a message, and make it always matter. My name is Andrea, your personal accountability coach, global motivational speaker, certified under Mr. Les Brown, bringing you daily content every single day. I thank you for listening, and I thank you for watching, as this is a brief tribute to my grandmother, who's left us some time ago on this day, but has instilled footprints on our hearts, smiles on our faces, and memories that are most magical. Te amo. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And make sure every single day you choose to press play. Plan life according to you. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. Be well.